Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this design from PSD to HTML. So just to give you the overview, this is going to be the 11th episode we are going to make. This is going to be slightly complicated than the previous one. Fine. Now just to show you, we have a separator and then we have two headings, and these all content are inside the container. We have 50 pixel margin on left and right, and then let's work on this container. You have a container, and this container we will call it as flex, and inside the flex container we have flex item 1, flex item 2, flex item 3, 4 and so on. Fine, now let's get started. We have a container. Inside the container we have separator first, div with, and then we have heading, let's say h3, and then we have h4, as I said, flex container, then flex item. Again, flex item is going to have font awesome icon, so let's get the font awesome icon. And before that, let me make this h6. Then we have paragraph, lorem ipsum of the text. As we previously did, we have linked the Google font Roboto, and then we have the font awesome icon. So let me get the font awesome icons, and I think we need globe. Let's search for globe. Pick anything whichever is convenient for you. In case if you are wondering how to create the icon, we have a separate playlist for creating icons. Let's copy this and paste it here. So if I show you, this is how it looks. The same way, let me make this how many times? 1 2 3 4 8 times. So the static HTML, this is how it looks. Now let's work on the CSS. So for all the element I have given the font family Roboto. Now let's work on the container. Then container, we have inside the container we have separator, and then we have h3 and h4, and then we have inside the container we have flex container, and inside the flex container we have flex item, and inside the flex item we have I tag which holds the font awesome, and then we have h6, and then we have paragraph. So now the reason for making this kind of hierarchy is that even when two separate section has the same class, this avoids the overriding. So just this is how you should work on the production base. Now just to save the space, I am removing all the container class so that you can clearly see what we are up to. Since we have only one section, so there is no point of overriding, so we don't have to call the container every time. But when this is a large project, I would highly recommend it to follow the hierarchy which I have shown you right now. Fine. Now so padding, let me use the shorten property. Padding top and bottom be 0, left and right be 15 pixel. For the container, let the separator have the width of 100%, a height of 5 pixel, background of red, just to see how does it looks. I think we have messed with the spelling. That doesn't seems to be working. Let me see why. We have added width, we have added height, and let me check with the help of inspect. So call the separator, here it is. Do we have space in between them? Ampersand in BSP, non-breaking space. Yeah, we have it. Let me try to remove this and check whether it is working. Yep, it is working. Now we don't need this much color or this much full width. Let me make this width of 50%, or let's say 10%, and let's say 3%, and we need the color orangish yellow. Now for the container, I want the text align to be center, whichever is inside I want it to be center. The same applicable for the separator. If that doesn't work, we have given width, and we can use the trick margin top and bottom 0, left and right auto. That's working. Now we'll work on the font size later on. So just to give you a quick look, let me give this as 30 pixel, and this should be slightly bigger. Let me make it 35. So we have to remove the margin top, minus 10 pixel. Cool. Let me add font weight 700. And let's give the color gray. Almost there. Now the flex container, let's add display flex so that everything comes into a column. Now the flex item should have width of 200 pixel, and let the flex wrap be wrap. So let's add the margin to the flex container. Margin top and bottom 0, left and right 100 pixel. Now 200 seems to be small, or let's make the margin right of 20 pixel. And let's increase the width as 300 pixel. Yeah, 250 seems working. Now we just need only 3 line, but it's taking 4 line. Let me replace this. Let me select the whole content, Control H, paste, replace, save. Cool. Now let's work on the font size. 35 pixel, let's say 40 pixel, and then we have h6. Let me make this the font size of 15, and let the paragraph have 13, and the color should be gray. It seems to be too small. 15, and let this be 18. Let me add the margin top as I did. Margin top to be negative. Cool. Now let the flex item have the background color hash somewhat grayish. And I think each flex item should have a div with class box. So the same way, let's put all the content inside the box. So let's place this. Now let's give the color to the box. And let's give the margin right to the box. Cool. And let's give the padding. Top, bottom, left, right should have 15 pixel. And let the flex item have margin top 15 pixel. And now if you want, you can add the box shadow. Let me add the inspect. The color seems to be little worrying. Let me remove the night mode. Cool. Now let's have the box shadow, 1 pixel top and bottom, 1 pixel left and right, 1 pixel blur, and the color black. Let the blur be something more than usual, and let this color be grayish. Cool. Just save these CSS to the box. So cool. If you want, we have the icon. Let's make this bigger, and margin top for the paragraph. Font weight for the paragraph 800. And let's change the color from gray to some transparent gray. So I believe the work is done. Let me decrease the margin and check. No, that doesn't work. Now what we can do is, let me check the responsiveness. So what really happens is, we have given the width 200 pixel, that is taking, let me make this on mobile screen, let me make this 100%. That looks cool. Or what we can do is 50%. So for mobile screen, @ media screen and max width. So let's work on the desktop version. So as we know, mobile first, so this is for mobile, 992 pixel. In the previous video I have showed you how to calculate the breakpoint. Now the flex item, this is for desktop version and this is for mobile version, 50%. If I refresh, if I make this the breakpoint of 1000, it gets the width of 250. If I make this 7, let's say 600, this is for mobile. So for mobile, max and down 600 pixel, and this should have the width of 100%. So on mobile screen it should be 100%, on tablet it should be 50%, and on desktop it should be 250 pixel. So fine, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.